Hi guys, time to decide the winner of round one of our Disney Plus 8 challenge. Cinderella versus Tangled.
Okay, we will be judging, each of us judging based on 5 categories, which are the princess, the story, the songs, the villain, and the supporting cast. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so our winner for the princesses is Rapunzel, I guess, and Tangled will be the winner in that. What made you go for Rapunzel as opposed to Cinder's herself?
She was just very likeable. What to say about her?
Yeah, no,
She had a lot of character.
yeah, that's what that would be my main thing. I think Cinderella suffers from I guess the case of old Disney, the fact
Yeah.
that it's an old movie. So her whole kind of story is about finding love. Plus, I also found from just watching Cinderella, I really enjoyed almost the relationship between the mice and the cat. Like that
Yeah.
whole little like there was a lot of story that Cinderella just
Yeah,
wasn't
I was
in.
going to say, maybe she's just kind of there humming and singing about.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Whereas, like, I feel like Rapunzel, she goes on a journey. There's a lot happening with her. She is the main
She's always the
character of the
protagonist, yeah.
film. Whereas, kind of with Cinderella, it's like the film's named after her, but could kind of be anybody's
It's
story.
true.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's sort of why I think yeah. So I guess we got one up
We agreed.
for
Tangled.
Tangled. 3, 2, 1, and Cinderella.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't expect you to go
That
Cinderella.
was really tough for me.
Oh, for me, I think, I don't know about you, but I went for Cinderella for the story, just based on the fact that, and I know that, like, you know, you're not necessarily into Disney for realism, but if you sort of, the actual story of her being, like, stuck there, evil stepmom, blah, 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 like, it's not super magical necessarily, other than obviously the fairy godmother and everything comes in and the
One of my
prince and
points of
stuff.
choosing it was that the magic was there.
Of the, yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's like a different, you know, obviously it's a different take. For me, it's just like, I don't know, there were parts of it that are very like real. Like you could imagine somebody being treated badly, like essentially like child abuse almost in a way, which obviously,
Okay.
you know, no, but I'm saying obviously something that exists in the world. I guess Rapunzel's locked up too, but it just seems a bit more far fetched.
I found it a really hard choice, but mine kind of, I guess, came down to the complete opposite view to the
Okay,
magic,
the
the
magic of the
magical
story.
scene, and then all the animals doing their thing, and their little stories as well. So I thought, go with it.
Fair enough.
But
Doesn't really
that was
matter
hard.
why. But the winner for story, making it one apiece, is
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, we got our first split decision of the competition.
Which I'm quite glad about.
So I'm going to throw it to you to try to convince me why Cinderella has better songs.
It was hard, and I was thinking that there's definitely less actual songs,
I mean,
in
there's
Cinderella.
maybe 3.
but they are absolute classics.
Really?
Yeah, Bippity Boppity Boo and Cinderella.
But I mean, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo is barely a song,
But
is what I would say.
guaranteed
just,
lots of
just
people
as a
will go off
throwback.
singing it after this.
But guaranteed, all the only words they know are Bippy Boppy Boo.
Even the fairy godmother doesn't know the
Cinderella,
words.
even debatable how much of a
Yeah,
song it is.
but,
I
you
do really
know,
enjoy that.
it's
And then
nice.
A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes, not for me
Okay.
personally. Whereas Tangled, I mean, you yourself loved the song in the tavern. Absolute
It's
classic.
true,
It's
it's
got
true.
humour, it's got fun, it's got everything I think a song needs. You've got the Disney duet. I mean, Cinderella doesn't even have that I can think of right now, unless I
I
just
know,
completely forgot
and that
about
was a
it.
close
The
call for my favourite.
At Last I See the Lights. I mean, absolute beautiful scenery as well. Fantastic song.
I know,
Absolute
but then I
classic.
think modern Disney does have so many more songs in.
Yeah, but even
So
if
you
you just
have
take
to
those, even if you
think,
just take those three songs, even Mother Knows Best, solid, a little bit different. Bit, you know, you
It's
need a
true,
villain song in
but
there. Where's Lady Tremaine's song? And obviously the best song of the bunch, When Will My Life Begin, to start a movie. What more could you want than that? Have I changed your
I don't
mind?
know. I still think the classics
Are you
are
going to
up
stick or
there of
twist?
all time best Disney songs.
I mean, Lucy's wrong, but this is a democracy / partnership, so we're going to give a point to each, which leaves us after 3 rounds 2 apiece. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Another split decision. So I'm going to go this time and just express, as I did in our quickfire review. I mean, Lady Tremaine is a much better character than I ever gave her credit for. I think she has such like subtle evil, and it's not like you know, a lot of the Disney villains, you know, like Ursula or Maleficent, like they're quite magical. They're like super evil, powerful beings. Whereas she's just like a real horrible woman, but very real. Like the stuff she does, and it's all very subtle. Where she gets the stepdaughters to rip apart Cinderella's dress. She's not actually like, her hands are never really dirty, but the
She's got the
intention,
power.
like she's like properly evil. Whereas Mother got Gothel, shall we call her? I liked her, but I think she has a bit more. She's a bit more one-dimensional. Dimensional. She sort of steals Cinderella to not Cinderella, steals Rapunzel to stay alive, and then she dies.
No, I completely agree. When I was watching Cinderella, I thought, yeah, strong. But watching Tangled, Mother Gothel, I don't know, the humour,
But
I liked it.
she has her
Liked her
villain
a lot.
song. Her villain song solid,
True.
and that is a very important.
Even
part
without
of being
that,
a villain.
though, I'd still pick her.
Okay, I don't hate
But
it as
I'm-
much as the songs, but still annoyed that we're drawing. So yes, we got 1 more point for each, which means after 4 rounds, we are on 3 apiece. Let's see if we can get separated.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's see if any convincing can happen.
Right, I'm straight in.
Go for it.
Well, I love the mice, Jack and Gus. What a partnership.
I mean, yeah, that's solid.
Lucifer, the cat, in with their little plot on their own. I already said how they like using the mice tails. They draw straws. They thread beads on them. Great.
Fair.
I just love how much they had their own story.
Yeah, no, and they do. They're like there's like a whole subplot, like I was saying earlier about Cinderella, where it's like the mice and the cat, and like it's, you know, they have, especially for the first part, it's very much about them as opposed to Cinderella. But I just think if you look at Tangled, like you know, for example, Prince Charming has absolutely nothing. Like, he's not in the film. Is his name even Prince Charming? We don't know. He's never named. Whereas Flynn Rider, absolute, probably top 3 Disney princes ever. Top character.
Wow.
Got humour, got backstory, got, you know, he's a good man at heart. He's just an orphan. Pascal,
No, I didn't
absolute
like him.
genius character. As is
Boring.
Maximus, to be fair. Maximus, very
Maximus
good
grew
character.
on me, but
And, you know, even like all the people that you loved. The Ruffians and the whatever
I never
else they
said
were.
I loved them.
Yeah, but you
I
loved their
the
song. That was your
they were
favourite song.
in.
Exactly. So you must have liked them at the very least. So you got more. You got more
Oh, I
characters
didn't even
there.
mention the fairy godmother.
More story there. I mean, the fairy
So-
godmother is so one-dimensional.
She is charming and magical.
I mean, she's not.
And in the best scene
She's
of the
nonsense.
film,
She's
so-
almost shoehorned into the film. Like, you look, you think, oh, she came out of nowhere. Oh, she's gone again. That's weird. Whereas my characters had story development. You know, you saw the development between Pascal, Maximus,
Look at where Gus
Flynn
started.
Rider.
Okay.
I mean, Gus came, he was friends with them, and that was it. There was no development
was
of the
trapped
rest of your characters.
Without clothes not in a
He got
community.
a t-shirt.
and a hat.
Anyway, before this runs too long, that is another tie. Okay, so for those that have been keeping score, that leaves us with 4 apiece. 4 for Tangled, 4 for Cinderella. So the only way that we're going to be able to split it is by using the information we got from you guys, everybody that has been voting in our Insta story poll. Thank you very much. We've checked it over the past 20 hours.
It's changed a lot.
It's gone up and down. We had an early surge for Cinderella, I think it was.
No,
Then Tangled, for Tangled, sorry.
Then it went up.
Then Cinderella came. Then it evened out a bit. So Lucy's going to do the honours and check now and see who our winner will be.
Whew, this is tense.
I mean, I'm hoping it's Tangled. I'll be honest with you guys.
I really like them both. Okay, guys.
I mean, that's
67% to 33. Our winner.
So our winner is Cinderella. I mean, I'll be honest, I disagree with 67% of you. Thank you to the 33 that supported.
Yesterday.
But fair play. As I said, we live in a democracy. So Cinderella is the first film to make it through to our semi-finals. We'll see Cinders again on Saturday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.